Picture this: you're rummaging through an old attic. Dust motes dancing in the faint light when your fingers brush against a weathered wooden box. It's your great-grandmother's recipe chest, locked away for decades, filled not just with faded cards scribbled in looping script, but with fragments of live-store newspaper clippings from the Great Migration, a pressed flower from a West African yam field, and whispers of flavors that survived oceans and oppression. Each recipe isn't mere instructions. It's a chapter in a saga of survival, ingenuity, and unyielding spirit. Today, we unlock that box, journeying through 25 lost African-American recipes your grandparents knew intimately. These aren't the glossy versions from trendy cookbooks. They're the raw, soul-stirring originals, laced with recent revelations that might just reshape how you see your plate. Let's step into the story, one savory bite at a time. Our tale begins with the meats that form the backbone of resilience, like smothered pork chops, a dish that turned humble cuts into Sunday triumphs. Imagine families huddled after long days in the fields, the aroma wafting as bone-in chops, seasoned with salt, pepper, paprika, and a dash of cayenne hit the hot skillet, fried golden, then set aside while onions and bell peppers sizzled in the drippings, deglazed with broth into a velvety gravy. Back went the chops, simmering low for an hour until fork tender, served over rice that soaked up every drop. This wasn't just food, it was alchemy, stretching pennies during the Jim Crow era. But whispers from recent years add intrigue. Health experts speculate that lighter oils could modernize it, dodging the obesity debates swirling in 2024 forums. Oxtails followed suit, once discarded scraps, now elevated to luxury, seared caramel brown, then braised with garlic, tomato paste, and thyme. The meat fell off the bone after hours, marrow enriching the sauce. Caribbean whispers added Scotch bonnets for heat, and online buzz claims this reversal from trash to Treasure Mirror's black empowerment narratives. Chitlins, polarizing yet profound, demanded hours of cleaning pig intestines, boiled with vinegar and spices to tame the intensity. In many homes, a chitlin queen reigned, preparing them for holidays, a ritual tying back to slavery's deprivations. Recent speculation suggests they're fading due to health stigma, but elders insist they preserve unfiltered history. Ham hocks with lima beans completed this chapter, the smoky joint infusing beans with depth, simmered with onions until creamy. It was weeknight magic in the 1940s, leftovers reborn over rice. These proteins built the foundation, but the greens added the spirit, carrying echoes from distant shores. Leafy guardians, like collard greens with smoked turkey necks, bridged continents, their West African roots evident in the slow simmer that turned tough leaves tender, soaked, chopped, and cooked for hours with turkey, garlic, and red pepper flakes. They yielded pot liquor, a nutrient-packed broth sopped with cornbread. Tradition mandated them on New Year's for prosperity, but 2025 rumors hint at vegan swaps using smoked paprika to combat health critiques. Black-eyed peas in Hoppin' John symbolized coins mixed with rice and bacon, a gula staple adapted from Senegalese traditions. Eaten for luck, leftovers became skip and jenny, embodying frugality. Candied yams, really sweet potatoes, honored African yam ceremonies, sliced and baked in brown sugar, cinnamon, and butter until caramelized. Some added bourbon for depth, the scent teasing hours before meals. Lima beans with ham hocks absorbed smoky essence, a cheap staple turned savory delight. But recent online chatter speculates these veggies hold untapped medicinal secrets, like anti-inflammatory properties from their African origins. Yet the sea offered its own bounties, pulling families together in joyful gatherings that masked deeper struggles. Fried catfish reigned at reunions, abundant in southern rivers, marinated in buttermilk to banish muddiness, then dredged in cornmeal with paprika and fried crisp. Served with hot sauce on white bread, it was an event. Picnic tables groaning under the weight, stories flowing with each bite. Leftovers, cold sandwiches the next day. Chicken and dumplings stretched one bird, boiled with celery and bay. Meat shredded back in, dumplings of flour and lard dropped to simmer. Families debated slick versus fluffy, a light-hearted rivalry amid wartime rationing. Liver and onions, soaked in milk and fried with sweet rings. Divided opinions, but nourished through scarcity. Rumors say it boosted iron for anemic communities in the 1940s. Chicken gizzards, cleaned and fried crunchy, were the cook's reward, chewy inside with cayenne kick. Speculation in 2024 podcasts claims these forgotten cuts could resurgence in sustainable eating trends. And what happened next would shock everyone. Grains grounded these meals, turning simple fields into feasts of memory and might. Hoppin' John's rice and peas, seasoned with bay and onion, stretched to feed multitudes. A daily ingenuity with holiday flair. Grits, coarse corn, simmered with butter and cheese, transcended breakfast, topped with shrimp in coastal variants, or fried from leftovers. Hoe cakes, cooked on hoes and fields, evolved to buttermilk pancakes crisped on griddles, drizzled with honey. Cornbread dressing crumbled stale cornbread with sage and broth, baked golden oat oysters for purists, just soulful texture. Gullah, red rice, a jollof cousin, tomatoes, peppers, and sausage into tangy perfection. A cultural bridge preserved on sea islands. Recent buzz suggests 2025 festivals are fusing it with modern proteins, sparking appropriation debates. Sweetness arrived quietly, softening the edges of hardship in desserts that felt like hugs from the past. Sweet potato pie, roasted for concentrated sugars, mixed with eggs, milk, and nutmeg in flaky crusts, was the matriarch's signature first slice to elders. Unlike pumpkin, it echoed African preferences, with speculation that hidden spices masked forbidden ingredients during slavery. Molasses, gingerbread, dense with cloves and allspice, used the robust sweetener in cast iron pans, paired with coffee. Peach cobbler captured summer's essence. Fruit from backyard trees bubbled under rustic dough, served hot with ice cream. Blackberry cobbler, foraged by kids with scratched arms. Tart berries, sweetened and topped. A fleeting treat. Whispers from 2024 claimed these sweets held emotional healing, combating trauma through comfort, and to wash it down, elixirs that symbolized more than refreshment, carrying colors and codes from ancient rites. Red drink glowed at picnics, a hibiscus-based punch or Kool-Aid mix, its crimson hue rumored to honor shed blood or pure joy. Sorghum syrup, boiled from stalks, drizzled over everything. Grits meets biscuits with earthy depth, a depression staple now rare. But chitlins circled back here. Their intensity, a bold flavor note in the narrative, these elements tied into soups that simmered the deepest tales, where bones revealed their secrets over time. Neckbone soup browned undervalued cuts with carrots and garlic, broth turning silky, a thrift poem from the Great Depression. Oxtail stew, braised until melting, rivaled fine dining, a Sunday show of love. Baked macaroni and cheese, roux-based with sharp cheddar, layered and baked custardy, was holiday art, the crispy corners guarded jealously. But what if these dishes hold keys to the future? Recent reports claim young chefs are veganizing them, like plant-based chitlins, amid 2025 health pushes. Our journey through the recipe box ends, but the stories linger. These 25 dishes weave a tapestry of triumph from enslaved fields to modern tables, evolving yet eternal. Amid controversies over health and heritage, they challenge us. Can we honor the past while innovating for tomorrow? Imagine recreating one tonight. It might awaken a forgotten voice in your bloodline. What tale will your kitchen tell?